Hello everyone, my name is George. I am 23 years old and I recently graduated with a computer science degree. And here's the reality. Out of the 5 years that I spent studying, it was the technologies that I learned in the last 6 months that actually got me hired. In a market that everyone is calling cooked, I managed to find a job almost immediately after graduation, and it was not by the things that my professors spent years teaching me. So was my degree a waste of time? Let's take a look at my journey from 2020 up until now. Also, to save time, I'm gonna be working on my own project. I need to fix some bugs, and I'm gonna be talking about my experience at the same time. So back in 2020, I was a freshman. I had just entered a good university with a great reputation in a prestigious field as well. Everyone told me that it's a brutal program, but it is worth the pain. And they were not lying about the pain. My schedule was filled with subjects that felt like they were designed to break my brain. I was not just learning to code. I was deep in physics, discrete mathematics, applied mathematics, probabilities, applied statistics, everything. So at the time, I really did feel like I was becoming a scientist. I was fluent in C, I was building data structures from scratch, manually managing memory, and playing with pointers like it was nothing. And I thought if I can pass these exams, I can do anything. So fast forward to 2023 and I just joined LinkedIn and I was ready to apply and for the offers to pour in. I had become very good in mathematics, pointers, but the market did not really care. That was when I first saw all of these technologies like Spring Boot, Vue.js, React.js, and anything in between. So basically, I had spent years mastering the fundamentals, low-level basics, and nobody was really asking for them. So obviously, I could not find a job, so I did the next best thing, which was an internship. This internship was supposed to be a back-end developing role, and I did basically none of that. I was working in the front end, I was fixing minor bugs with JavaScript, and even though I learned how a company works, I did not really learn much about code, but in any case, the work experience was a good resume filler. So then, in my final year, I decided to finally change my strategy. Basically, I stopped focusing on what the curriculum told me to do and I started focusing on what the recruiters told me to do instead. So for my thesis, I chose Spring Boot, Postgres, React.js, and I spent the next 6 months deep diving into those technologies. And suddenly, the market opened up. Even in August, when things are slow usually, I got my first 5 interviews, and then in September, I got another 3 interviews. So unfortunately, as I had no prior experience with interviews, I failed the first few, which I can talk about in a separate video on how to get a job as a junior. But after a few fails, I managed to get a job quite quickly in a month or two, and it was all with the help of the technologies that I learned in the last 6 months of my studies. So if I could go back, what would I tell myself? If your end goal is not an academic career or research, spend more of your free time focusing on the market and the new technologies. Start creating projects that you actually want to build, things you want to see come to life, but build them using a modern stack. And if you can get a job offer, you take it even before you graduate. In today's market, work experience is 10 times more valuable than a degree. Having actual work experience will put you miles ahead of the pack in the eyes of the recruiters. And you need that to stand out. So use the university to build a very good foundation, but don't wait for the diploma to start your career. So that's it for today's video. If you're also interested in another video about me talking how to get a job in today's market as a junior, let me know in the comments and I will make sure to do that as well. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.